everyone, today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about how to use Epic in the classroom. OC has now vetted Epic as of August 31st, 2020. When you are using it, make sure you only use the student's first name and last initial when you enter their display name. When you're adding them to your roster, make sure you choose the Use School Email Domain choice to access. At a glance, what is Epic? So Epic is really great because it's a large digital library of books, fiction and nonfiction for kids that are ages 12 and under. You have the ability to create individual student profiles and you can personalize them by student interests. Reading logs are automatic in there and they track student progress, and it also shows you what books they've been reading and how long they have been reading them. So when you're looking at those reading logs, you should be better able to personalize their student profiles by seeing what books they've been reading and what they have been spending the most time on. It's available on iPads, iPhone, Android devices as apps, and on any computer, desktop, or Chromebook, you can use the website. The best part is it's 100% free for educators. Some benefits of Epic include benefiting your reluctant readers. These readers may be more likely to read on Epic, given that it's a different platform than just a paper copy. Students are empowered to choose their own books. With all of the different choices that they have, they're more likely to choose books that interest them. Epic can be used in all areas of curriculum due to having a wide range of nonfiction texts. New books are added each week, which keeps the library fresh and allows students to look forward to new books that are coming available. So we're going to have you get started with Epic. You're going to be able to create an account, create student profiles, and have your students log in. So first step, you need to create an account. Go to getepic.com/educators and choose sign up for free. The image may look a little different, but it's still the same thing. Once you've logged on using your school account, you're going to click on roster at the top of the screen. In order to create profiles for your students, you need to add a student, and then you can click upload class roster and you can copy and paste your roster into that box, or you can type in a student name and hit create profile. New this year, they've added the option to import your Google Classroom, which is really beneficial to teachers who use Google Classroom every day in their NTI work. After you've entered in your roster, you're going to want your students to log in. Make sure they go to getepic.com/sign-in, or they can use the Epic app on their tablet, phone, or other device. Students will select Student Sign-In, which is below the sign-in for your email and password. Just have them click Student Sign-In. Once they click Student Sign-In, they'll be taken to the page where they can enter a classroom code. Make sure that you enter your classroom code that is given to you, and I'll show you where to find that here in just a second. After they enter their code, they need to select their profile. This is why it's important to only type in for the display name the first name and last initial, because students will be able to see other students' accounts. In order to find your classroom code, log on to your Epic and find it in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Your educator dashboard will have it on every page when you are working through your profiles. The good thing is that there's also a guest option. So in order to show my students how to use it, I created a video of myself logged in as a guest, because what you see as a teacher is not the same as what they see as a student. This is also good for when you get a new student and you haven't added them to your classroom, or if you switch classes for any kind of clinic time and students from other rooms come to yours, they can still access your Epic classroom, but without having their own account. Epic has a huge library that's available for the students. So some of the things that are available include tons and tons of high-resolution books. This is just an example of what it would look like on an iPad. They have lots of Read to Me books. Now, the Read to Me books will show the words as it's being read aloud, which really helps for our younger students that are still learning to read and still benefit from hearing a fluent reader speaking while still being able to view the words that are being spoken. There's one other thing that I want to draw your attention to. There are educational videos, which are really great. They have science and they have different things about poetry and math, but sometimes I've noticed that some of my kids spent more time watching those learning videos than actually reading the books. So you'll notice that in your account settings, if you go to your classroom settings, you'll see learning videos as an option, and you can toggle on and off that section. I sometimes will toggle it on when I want them to watch a video, and once that time is over, I will toggle it back off. That way they're not spending their time watching videos and spending more time reading the books. Some other things that include nonfiction texts. There are tons and tons of different things that you can use to assign to your students for research projects or even enrichment. There's really great featured book collections that are highly sought after. For example, in 3rd grade, Big Nate is really big, and the students love it. But I don't always have every copy available for them to read, or sometimes maybe another student has it and they would like to read it. So they can read this online. And it's really great because even though they're longer books or graphic novels, they still have the option to read that, even if it's checked out of our classroom library. Other high-interest books that engage your reluctant readers are available. So a lot of the books, the National Geographic Kids is on there. They have all kinds on there. Rosie Revere Engineer is one as well. And the Scaredy Cat books are also highly sought after books in our classroom. So the fact that the kids can read those digitally instead of just the paper copy are really great. You can also find books based off of AR levels, FNP, and Lexile leveled books. So the way to do that is that you would click on the search bar at the top of your page and you would type in your search term. For example, on this one, I typed in the search term baseball. But you'll notice that when it comes up, there's the Read to Me section, and there's an Elmo book, and then there's a nonfiction text about Jackie Robinson. Well, obviously, for my 3rd graders, I'm not going to have them read an Elmo book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the advanced search option at the top of the page. On the advanced search option, I can change the filter to Lexile, DRA, FNP, or their AR levels. So if I chose an AR level, I can go to the sort, and I can sort by their level. So I can click on a 3.1 to 4, and it would show me all of the books that are leveled in that category. So, different ways to incorporate EPIC in your classroom. You can choose to use it for independent reading, reading logs, group reading, and leveled reading groups, and even for research. For independent reading, like I said before, you can look at their student profiles and you can see what activities, their activities. So it shows you here that this student read this book 7 days ago. And then you can see here at the top how many hours of reading they have done, how many books they've finished, how many videos they've watched, and how many assignments they've completed. You can also use it for research. For example, I went in and I found some books and I named it Cats. And this went to my student named Lillian. So I took those and I stuck them all in there for her, and she could read any of these 6 books to help her to find more information for her research project about cats. Reading logs. So this student spent 20 minutes and 26 seconds reading on September 23rd. It shows you if they finished the book or not. You'll notice down at the bottom where it says, I Need My Monster, they're only about 35% of the way through that book, but the rest of these from the 23rd are finished. There's also quizzes. So if you find a book that you really like and you want your students to take a quiz to see how they did, you can assign a quiz. Some of them already have them already made, or you can make your own. And the students take a quiz based off of the book, and you can see their results at the end. You can also use this as a read aloud. I know sometimes at the end of the day, as we're getting things together, I can put on a read aloud on my Clevertouch, and the students can watch the read aloud as it's being read, and the words highlight as they're being read, and they can hear the reader as well. It's also great for clinics or rotations or any kind of clinic work where you have different stations. So if you have a listening to read station or a reading station, you can do that as well. So make sure that you are allowing them to either watch the videos or not, and make sure they know that those are available if you choose to do that. You can expose students to different expression and intonation when you have them listening to those read alouds. You can also use it by connecting it to your interactive board or projector. Like I said, sometimes I'll put them on at the end of the day while students are packing up, and they can do group reading or even learning sessions. You can even use it for your ELA lessons. There's different ways that you can use it in your classroom: whole class reading, where all the students read and discuss the same book; small groups, where they read an assigned book based on their reading level or their interest; free reading, they can pick whatever they want during their free choice time; and silent reading times. You can also use it for research by topic and to find nonfiction titles to enrich their research. This year it's a little bit different for EPIC at home. At home, they can now use it during the school hours of 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., Monday through Friday, by logging on to their EPIC using their class code. It does not work after 3 p.m., and it does not work on the weekends. It's only Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you have students that cannot complete their assignments till later on in the day, they will not be able to access EPIC. Audiobooks are also an option. Unfortunately, you cannot toggle the audiobooks option, but it could be helpful for those who would benefit from hearing someone read aloud. The only issue with this is that they do not see the words of the book. You can only hear the reader. If you guys need any more help or have any questions, please let me know, and you can email me and I'd be glad to help.